guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Arlene, and on this channel lately we've been talking a whole lot about fragrances. And in today's video I want to go over with you some that I have purchased, obviously everything that I have I've purchased, that I'm starting to think may be not worth it. In other words, I wouldn't want you to waste your money. However, with all of this said, we have to understand that fragrances are very subjective, very much a personal experience. Some of the ones I may list here, I don't hate any of them. I don't think that they are bad perfumes. I don't think that they stink. That rarely happens for me, quite honestly. Like I think I'm pretty open-minded and I have a broad array of things that I find enjoyable. But I feel like they're just, for the price, they're probably just like not worth it because I don't feel like they're anything special, nothing spectacular. And of course, not every perfume is going to be like, oh my God, like groundbreaking. But you know, there's perfumes that bring you joy because they make you feel comforted, or they make you smile, and they do something to you, right? I feel like these, they don't do enough for the amount of money that I paid for them. And I'm gonna go over 6. And then in the end, I'm gonna go over 2 that are the reason why I am holding off and taking my time before I choose to declutter these, because the last 2 that I'm going to mention are actually perfumes that I thought, I don't know if I like them. I don't know if I want to keep it. And I really considered selling. And then I found the joy that they're supposed to bring. I found it. It just, one day, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, yeah, there it is. This is a nice one. I like this. I can't believe I wanted to get rid of this. So we all have to kind of like be careful, take our time. Some blind buys are absolute fails and we want to get rid of them, and I totally understand that. But I just want to share with you my personal experience with some of these. And just let me know in the comments if you have these, if you've experienced them. You know, are they loves for you? Are they dislikes for you? Are they sort of indifferent? I feel like I feel a little indifferent. So let's see, which one do I start with? Should I start with the most controversial one of all? Because my reaction to this one for the first time ever was live, not live, but while recording a video that I was making for y'all. Actually, I have another thing that I want to talk about real quick. Somebody mentioned that they miss Ferdinand. So I'm going to be using toilet paper today because I have too many perfumes and not enough real estate. So that's that. And number 2, someone asked me, what lipstick are you wearing? Most of the time I just have like a clear gloss and my lips have like a natural pink tone, but sometimes I wear this, and that's what I'm wearing today. It's called Buxom, B-U-X-O-M. Of course, none of this is sponsored. It's just something that I have. It says here it's a powerful, plump repulper, extreme lip balm. And the color is Inner Glow. And I feel like on camera, it probably looks really nice. I do notice on the videos, it looks nice, like a nice peachy, corally, natural pink. But in person, when I put it on in front of the bathroom light, it does look like kind of fluorescent flamingo-ish, peachy pink. So I kind of just keep this at home in my little spinner thingy with my, you know, facial products and whatnot. Slap a little on before I make a video. It has a minty, not a flavor, which I don't like flavored lip products because I'll lick it all up until my lips are dry. But it has like a minty feel, it tingles, and a minty scent, like an aroma. And I have other things that I'll go over with you guys if you're interested, like, you know, what makeup I wear, you know, what do I use on my skin and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments if you want me to, you know, do a video about that. Today I have a little bit of an allergic reaction here. I am wearing a sort of like little blush stick, but I put on a different type of makeup today. I didn't put my typical foundation. I put one that's like an SPF, and I feel like I'm allergic to SPF because I always get like these like red splotches. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that because you guys were interested. So this first one, oh God, you guys are gonna be mad. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Just rip the band-aid off. It's Alien Goddess, okay? Alien Goddess. All right. Why? Why am I saying that this one may not be worth it? It smells amazing. I love the smell, but it lasts 30 minutes. Like, it's just, it doesn't last. It's not strong. It's like, you know, it's just, it's so beautiful. And the first one that I got, believe it or not, was Elie Goddess Intense, because I ordered it on accident. I got it mixed up somehow. I don't know why I didn't notice. And it has jasmine, whereas this one I don't think has jasmine, or maybe it has just a little bit, I'm not sure. I have Fragrantica open today, so let's just go ahead and look for them. Alien Goddess by Mugler. So I think I got this on eBay, and it was an actual perfume store from some other state. So it's an authentic product. I believe that for sure. And it smells like a beautiful beach vacation. The notes are, top notes are coconut water and bergamot. Middle notes are jasmine, so there's jasmine in there, and heliotrope. And the base notes are bourbon, vanilla, and cashmerean. And like I've said before, I feel like when perfumes have base notes that are light, vanilla, cashmere, musk, they tend not to be super strong or long lasting. If they have something like amber, cedarwood, whatever, sandalwood, any kind of woodsy notes, or even leather, vetiver, it gives it a little bit more of a duration, a little bit more of a long-lasting appeal. But this smells beautiful, but I just feel like for the price, you're better off just getting the Alien Intense. Even though they smell nothing, Alien Goddess Intense, they don't smell anything alike. They're similar in the sense that they both have a bit of a beachy, vibe, but this is definitely way more beachy. It smells beautiful. It really does. And I've worn this, okay? My dent is right about here right now, okay? And I sprayed and sprayed and sprayed and sprayed, and I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, I shouldn't have to spray on my perfume this many times, at least not just for me to be able to smell it, you know? Let's go to the Intense just out of curiosity, see what's different there about that one. So the top note is coconut for the Intense, and bergamot. This one's coconut water. The middle note is jasmine and jasmine tea. This one is jasmine and heliotrope. And the base notes is vanilla, benzoin, and cashmere wood. So the difference in the Intense is that instead of coconut water, which I would think is lighter, is coconut, and instead of heliotrope, it's jasmine tea. They both have bergamot and jasmine. And in the base notes, they both have vanilla, but the Intense has cashmere wood, whereas the regular has cashmere, or cashmerean. Not sure really if they're both woods or what that is. Cashmere, to me, I don't even know what that is. I've always thought it was just a fabric that, you know, cashmere, but is it a wood? I don't know. Like, I feel like I sound kind of ignorant right now, so just let me know in the comments. I'll look into that note. I'm not even really fully sure, but the fact that it says wood tells me that it's something a little bit stronger. And benzoin. So I feel like there are stronger notes here. And of course, it makes for a stronger perfume. That one has more of a jasmine heavy, jasmine centric, and that's the whole alien DNA. So I feel like if you're gonna get one, get that one. And now that I'm smelling this one, it doesn't have that deep, woody, Middle Easternish vibe of Lattafa's Ethery, but it's a similarity with the vanilla. The vanilla is very similar. It's a beautiful scent. It's already coming off the paper. Like, I feel like I smell it on the paper, but it's just so light. And it makes me sad because it's lovely. So the next one that I feel, it's not that it is kind of light, but I feel like for this scent profile, you can get it in a million different ways. Some other brands and companies are more expensive, just as expensive, but you can probably find it also cheap. And I just don't think it's worth the price. I think I paid like $114 for this. I'm not even kidding. I was just dying to have it, and I blind bought it. I'm not sure if I blind bought it or if I tested it first. That's Pure Poison by Dior. This is nothing to do, I've never tried Poison, but I do have Hypnotic Poison. Nothing to do with Hypnotic Poison. This is a freshie. And I feel like for that scent profile, I recently saw, I don't know if you guys follow, if you've heard of Ksenia. I love her channel. And she talked about Chanel Chants and how it's just not worth the price. And I agree. I agree. Chanel's very expensive. It's a luxury brand. And the scent is beautiful, clean, crisp, but just expensive for what you're getting. These perfumes scents don't last. I did wear this to work. You can sort of see where the dent is at by now already. And I had to spray and reapply and spray and reapply. The notes for this one are, top notes are jasmine, orange, bergamot, Sicilian mandarin. Middle notes are gardenia and orange blossom. And the base notes are sandalwood, white amber, cedar, and white musk. It smells so beautiful, but it doesn't smell like it's part of the Poison line. I feel like you can get something similar to this pretty much anywhere. I feel like it's similar to Chanel Chants. It's a clean, fresh, citrusy, floral, perfumey, woody. It's a beautiful perfume. But it just smells like it's not worth that amount of money. It smells like a bunch of other things that you can get. It smells soapy. It smells very fresh, like something that you would wear fresh out of the shower, like the smell of your body wash or the smell of your shampoo. And I feel like there's many things that you can possibly get that's like that. Can I list one right now? Yes, but it's just as expensive, if not more expensive. It's a Guerlain scent, and I'm gonna review Guerlain in the next video, so stay tuned for that. I have a Guerlain that smells very similar to this. And maybe that's why, it's not exact, it's close, maybe like a 75%, 70% similarity. They are different because they have some, subtle nuances and things that I'm like, okay, this has this doesn't have this. But it's just, Hypnotic Poison is Hypnotic Poison is Hypnotic Poison. It is like a staple, it is a classic, nothing else smells like it, right? For the price that you're paying for this, there's a million things that smell like this. This smells like shampoo, body wash, hand soap, which is not a bad scent. It's lovely. It smells fresh and clean, but for a Dior price, I just don't. I don't think I should have spent the money. I have it. I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna enjoy it, but I shouldn't have spent that kind of money on that. The next one, I haven't really worn like on a work day. Every day I wear a different perfume to work, and that's my chance to experiment with the perfume. But I did wear it at home on the weekend because I've had it in my collection for a bit and I hadn't worn it at all, because every time I would spray it, I felt like I didn't really fully grasp the scent. I couldn't fully smell it, so I thought I just needed to macerate. And I finally did get a chance to experience the perfume. I feel like it doesn't last long, and it changes too drastically from what it is when you first put it on to what it is when it dries down, that it's like almost a completely different perfume. And that is Nina Ricci. And I think this is called L'Extase Chants. Hang on, give me 1 second. Yeah, Chant d'Extase. So C-H-A-N-T, and then a separate word, D'-E-X-T-A-S-E. Chant d'Extase. This is pretty unique, but at the same time, it's like, when you first spray this, it smells like something fresh, oceanic, salty, like citrusy, borderline masculine, but I wouldn't say it's masculine. I smell bergamot, I smell citruses, I smell ocean water, but then when it starts to dry, and I noticed that on the skin it dries more like a gourmandish, like a sweet vanilla fruity, which is nice, but on my clothes it would stay with this marine ocean, citrusy vibe, but on my skin it would transform. Maybe I have to give this one a chance. I just don't like when perfumes transform so much, because it's like, it's a journey that makes it fun. But what if you just want to smell, like not just for yourself, but for others as well, to smell you like a specific scent throughout the day? So when I spray it, I'm gonna smell one way, and then within a little while, I'm gonna smell a different way. It's gonna smell like I changed my perfume. And it's just like, what if I wanted the original opening and now it's gone? Or what if I want the dry down smell and I have to wait to get it? Like, it's just, I don't know. So the notes for this one, sorry if I seem to be a little bit out of breath, it's because I just ate a meal, and I typically don't record right after having had a meal, but I was starving today. I got home from work and I'm like, I cannot wait anymore. I picked up some McDonald's, which is bad. It's junk. It's so awful, but I was having a craving. I normally just record, and I don't know when was the last time I ate. And I feel like when I haven't just eaten, I feel like I do better with the videos. Like right now, I'm kind of like out of breath, but whatever. Top notes are raspberry, ginger, lemon, and pink pepper. Definitely get lemon. There was a sparkle of pink pepper, and the ginger kind of makes, yeah, I get that vibe of like when you drink those little ginger shots. And there's that fruitiness of the raspberry too. Notice it's all like tart. Raspberry is kind of tart, I want to say. Middle notes are C notes, jasmine, rose, and magnolia. I really don't get any rose here at all. I don't even get jasmine. I do get the C notes. And I can't really differentiate magnolia, but there's a kind of flower, so maybe it's magnolia. And here's where the transformation happens. The base notes are caramel, vanilla, musk, and ambergris. I feel like this transforms on your skin. On the paper, it's just gonna keep smelling like the ginger, the lemon, the pink pepper, and the C notes, and there's like a little bit of that raspberry and vanilla that throws in a tad of sweetness. But when I put it on my skin, within minutes, I'm getting like caramel and vanilla, and then no more ginger and lemon and C notes and none of those freshie clean. So I'm like, is it a freshie or is it a gourmand? Which one is it? Because it starts off like a freshie and then it changes into a gourmand. And maybe this is why I'm saying I'm gonna revisit some of these and make another video down the line in the future. Because what if I change my mind? What if I say, oh my God, that's brilliant. I love this. I love that a perfumer was able to do this. I feel like it's already starting to smell like caramel. There it goes. It's supposed to be a freshie, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't know how I feel about this one. It smells very fresh and clean, but it's got that caramel vanilla dry down, and on my skin it just started turning into a gourmand. And I'm like, okay, so where's that blue aquatic freshiness that I applied for? I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, it's a small bottle. I think I got most of these on Joma Shop, if I'm not mistaken, except for Elie and Goddess, which I got on eBay. And you know, Joma Shop has pretty good discounted prices. This one was very hard to find because they pretty much didn't have it anywhere. And I saw it on, I think it's Marie Colette, her channel. I love her channel as well. And she was talking about it, and just the way she was raving about it, I was convinced that I had to have it. So in case you guys feel that way, I'm just letting you know. I guess the whole point of this video is to try to help ease some of your FOMO, because I was going through all my perfumes when I was giving you the tour of everything in the last video, and I was coming across some that I'm just like, I get a feeling every time I pick it up and I talked about it and I showed it. I'm expressing to you what I'm feeling, but in my mind, I'm also realizing that I'm feeling more excitement towards some than the others. These are the ones that I just didn't feel much excitement for. That's all I'm saying. It's like almost, I can't even smell it anymore. It's like gone. I don't know. It's also like this. It's like that freshiness that just kind of like disappears on you. And for the price, I don't think it's worth it. Same thing with this one. Just for the price, it's nothing special, and I don't think this is worth it. This is YSL's Mon Paris Intensement. This is the Intensement. And I think I got super influenced and excited to buy this one from watching Soki London talk about the whole Mon Paris line. Intensement. And I think she said that of all of them, her favorite one was the Intensement. And I think it's because it's supposed to have a raspberry note. And if you guys have seen some of my other videos, you might know that there's a raspberry perfume that I have from Mauboussin called À la Folie. It's caramel, raspberry, and champagne. Actually, the top note's champagne, and then there's raspberry and the base note's caramel. And I adore that perfume. It's simple. It almost smells juvenile, but for some reason, there's something about it that I love. But it's more of a comfort perfume for me. I don't wear it out. I just wear it at home. But anyway, the top notes for this one are raspberry, black currant, pear, orange, and bergamot. Those notes alone, I was like, oh my God, I'm convinced. I have to get this. I love this. I used to love Givenchy Hot Couture for many, many years. That's a raspberry-centric perfume. I love À la Folie, which I had before I got this one, and that has raspberry too. I know that I tend to love orange and black currant in a lot of perfumes. I love La Belle, and it's a pear perfume, pear-centric. And bergamot's pretty much thrown in there in a lot of perfumes for the opening, just to give it a nice, refreshing sensation. So I thought, I'm gonna love this. Middle notes are May Rose, Bulgarian Rose, Peony, Datura, which is like a type of white flower, and Freesia. Okay, it's got florals. That's good to balance out with all those fruits. It's a fruity floral, great. Base notes are vanilla, patchouli, white musk, benzoin, and cashmerian. So I thought, okay, that's interesting. We got that sweetness from the vanilla. Patchouli, I can appreciate. I like Coco Mademoiselle. It has patchouli. My December vanilla is very heavy on the patchouli. I don't think I am a person that dislikes patchouli. I didn't like La Vie's Belle, but I do have two similar ones to the La Vie's Belle that are from different houses that I love, and it does have patchouli as well. So I'm like, I can get on board with that. And musk, I like that too. I'm not sure how I feel about benzoin and cashmerian. We already know that I'm not so sure what that even is. So I just felt like based on the notes, this was going to be something really, really special. But when I spray this, whoops, oh, just ripped the crap out of that paper. Oh, did you see what I just did? I sprayed it backwards onto my finger because when it has like a little bow decoration like that, I don't like the sprayer to be on the front because I feel like all this is just going to get coated in the perfume. All right, so this reminds me a lot of my Mauboussin à la Folie in the opening. It really does. But this, I believe I got it on Joma Shop. This is expensive. I'm looking at options here. Those are 3-ounce bottles. This is not, I don't think this is a 3-ounce bottle, is it? Why am I having a hard time seeing? I don't even know. I don't think this is 3 ounces. I don't think it is. Is it? I mean, that's the size. I'm not so sure what size I got. I'm sorry. Like, I'm terrible with like gauging that. But this was over $50. Under $100, but more than $50. And for what you're getting, again, it smells fine. It smells nice. It smells like raspberry. You can get this for $30-something and get a very similar, if not better, perfume. Another one that this is similar to, which I have not reviewed on this channel yet, so I guess you could consider this a bonus, is this one. This is La Nuit Trésor. Similar. Raspberry. That peony kind of freshness. It's pretty. And dare I say, it even reminds me of Mauboussin Pour Elle, which I don't really want. Only I feel like the difference is that this has a raspberry note that this one doesn't. It's got that same smokiness to me. I feel like when I'm smelling smokiness in certain clean floral perfumes, it's not smoke. It's my nose interpreting some kind of floral in that way, and I don't know what floral. My phone's acting up again, so I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. So I feel like it smells similar to this one. And the notes for this one, this is Mauboussin Pour Elle, the regular, is rhubarb, red berries, African orange flower. Middle notes gardenia, jasmine, and rose. Base notes are caramel, sandalwood, and amber. And then this is the YSL Mon Paris Intensement, and I'm wearing that one here. And the dry down at first it's like, oh, a burst of raspberry, really lovely, but then it dries down similar to this. And the notes for, I think we just went over the notes. I'm not gonna say them again, I guess, because it's gonna be redundant, but they have a lot of similarities with the rose and the peony, and then, you know, it's just, and then this one I sprayed it here. And they're similar. This is expensive, this is not. I have this on my Mercari. So if you like this, I feel like it's similar, only this doesn't have raspberry. It opens up less fruity because this has raspberry, blackcurrant, orange, pear, which is more sweet. This opens more, it's got fruity, but more floral. But once this dries, it smells just like this when it's dry. So it's just not my cup of tea. Not a bad perfume. I just feel like for the price I paid, I'm not getting a lot of joy out of it. The next one, I was so excited to try because I saw a lot of influencers talking about it. It was everywhere, and I'm like, I have to have that one. I have to have that one. And that is Elie Saab's Girl of Now. Now, I didn't know which one to get because I didn't want to get them all. There's Girl of Now Shine, Girl of Now Forever, and everybody just kept saying that the original Girl of Now is the best one. So I went with that one. And Girl of Now Forever, Girl of Now Rose. I'm not gonna buy any more from this line. Again, that's not a bad perfume, but it's just, I don't feel like it's very special. The opening is pistachio, pear, and mandarin orange. Middle notes are almond, orange blossom, and magnolia. Base notes are almond milk, tonka bean, cashmere, and patchouli. So we got a lot of nuttiness here between the pistachio and the almond milk. And then we have the fruits of the pear and the mandarin orange, and you have that orange blossom, which I love orange blossom. And then you have that vanilla-ish sort of, you know, tonka bean. It's not a bad perfume. It's very pretty. It does have a little bit of a lipsticky scent to me. I'm starting to think that maybe that lipsticky vibe that I get has something to do with almond. I'm not sure what it is. I tend to love almond in perfumes. But long story short, I'm not gonna sit here because I don't want to waste too much of my phone storage, but I did try it on my skin, and in the opening, it's like it gets me excited, but within a short amount of time, I'm just not excited about it anymore. It lacks something, and I don't know what that something is. Maybe one of the other flankers that has pineapple is what gives it that added oomph, but I don't feel like this is full day worthy. I'll put it on. I feel like this might work to layer, to make something else more special, or just to wear at home. But if I wear this for work, I'm gonna be bored to death of it. If I put it on at home before I get to work, by the time I actually park at work, I'm gonna be like, I wish I picked a different perfume, because it's just nothing special to me. I don't know. It smells really pretty, but again, this is just my opinion, you guys. You might love that perfume, and I might change my mind. So the last one I want to talk about that I feel like is not worth the money is a Guerlain. Guerlain is an amazing house. Let me start off by saying I love Guerlain. This one's called La Petite Robe Noir. And the reason why I feel like this one is nothing spectacular is because it's just like a cherry perfume. And I have a bunch of cherries, and a lot of the ones I have are so cheap, and Guerlain is expensive. Again, I believe I got this on Joma Shop, and I don't remember what I paid for it. I'd have to go back and look at all my receipts, but I know that it wasn't very cheap. This is a tiny, I think 1.7 ounce. Let's see what the notes are. Top note is sour cherry, almond, red berries, and bergamot. Middle notes are licorice, rose, tea, taif rose. Base notes are vanilla, anise, tonka bean, patchouli, and iris. And it has a little bit of that makeup-y vibe, but this did not last on me. I wore this for one day. One day's wear, and look at the dent. Do you see the dent? Do you see how much of this stuff I had to spray just to be able to smell it? Now, does it smell lovely? Yes, it smells lovely. I'm getting that sharp bergamot opening and the sourness of the cherry. I've worn it. Yes, you get a little bit of that licorice. It's a very pretty perfume. But for me, the longevity was not there. I had to keep reapplying. And for the price that you pay, and it's pretty much a cherry, There are just better options out there. I don't feel like I need this in my collection, but there it is. Now, to finish off this video before my battery runs out, 2 perfumes that I thought I was not gonna wanna keep. And one day I woke up and I was like, you know what, I'm kind of in the mood for that. Let me smell that one again. That's what happens to me sometimes. A perfume will pop into my mind, or I'm walking across, walking from my room to the living room and I pass something and I just kind of like, let's give you a little chance again. Let's see what you're like. This one, I made a short and a lot of people saw the short. This is Fragrance World's Barakkat Gentle Gold, duping MFK's Gentle Fluidity Gold. I used to think this is nothing special. I don't know why I bought it. Granted, it's very cheap, so I'm not too concerned about the price. But now it is something, and I love it. And I made a short about it, and I like it. It's not one that I've worn to work yet, but it's so cheapy that I don't feel like I'm gonna miss out on anything if I do want it. If I want to get another bottle at some point, but it smells rich. It smells unisex. It smells really good. And I almost thought, why do I have this? Even when I tried the OG, I was like, why do I have this? This is nothing special. Maybe they need to get air. Look at the bottle, how much air has already been able to go in there. It does have a bit of that Middle Easternish vibe, but to me, it's not done in a bad way. To me, it smells really elegant, very unisex. It's not feminine, but it's not masculine. So if you're one of these people that doesn't like ultra feminine scents, Barakkat Gentle Gold. Let's see what the notes are, and I hope that my phone allows me to record for the very, very last one. Top notes are juniper berries. That's it. Middle notes are nutmeg and coriander. That scared me a little because coriander, I didn't think I would like that. And then the base notes are vanilla, amberwood, and musk. Amberwood is what gives me that Middle Eastern-y vibe. It's what a theory has that I didn't like. But when I first got this, I couldn't really smell the juniper berries. I couldn't smell the vanilla. This is not very strong on vanilla at all. If you don't tell me that there's vanilla in here, I probably wouldn't have guessed that there was. And it has musk. For me, a lot of musk perfumes tend to smell very baby powderish. I don't get too much of a baby powder vibe here, but I do get a little bit of a powderiness there. And I definitely smell like a spice, which is that coriander and that nutmeg. And juniper's kind of considered a spice as well. Again, there's no florals, there's no sweet flowers. It's more like a resinous, seedy, nutty, herbally sort of vibe. But it's quite elegant. It's very neutral, and I'm glad that I decided to keep it. And then finally, I think the one that I just went to, which one is it? I don't know. I thought it was this one, but now I'm not so sure. Now I'm not sure if it's this one. What did I say to just now? No, that's Gentle Gold. That's Girl of Now. That's this one that I can't even smell it anymore. That's how I know it's that one. This crinkled up paper was this one. So I think I just said to this one. Yeah. So finally, last one is, drum roll please, dun da da da, Givenchy Hot Couture. I really thought, I was so let down by this one. This was a favorite of mine for many years. The original formulation. I'm reading in some areas, like on the internet, that this was never reformulated, that it smells exactly the same. Maybe it's because it was a new bottle, because to me it smells different. And yes, the bottle I had previously, sorry, I don't know why I'm going crazy with my hair, I've had for so many years. And when you, obviously this is not airtight because the pressure would cause the glass to crack. When you spray a perfume, upon the release, air gets pushed in through the atomizer and goes into the bottle. You have air from this room in the bottle. So whenever you spray a bottle, whatever the air is like around you is getting pushed into this bottle. So if you're cooking, if there's pollution in the air, if somebody else's perfume is in the air, if your room is musky because you don't wash your sheets, all that is going into this perfume, is mixing with the perfume, and is going to create a slightly different aged scent over time. So if the longer you've had a perfume, the more it changes, and it could vary from one person's household to another, in my opinion. Which is why you should be cautious when buying perfumes from a Mercari house. When they say it's like from a Mercari seller, sorry. When they say the perfume was kept in a smoke-free, pet-free house, there's a reason why those things matter, because what the air quality is like is the same air that's gonna be mixed in with your fluid, your perfume liquid juice, for as long as you own that perfume. And over time, those particles and chemicals are going to interact and affect the scent of the perfume, which is why I wanted to address this in another video, but I guess I'll address it now. Someone mentioned something about you should never buy those, you know, those little travel sizes that you have to like spray it out and put it in with a little funnel. You should use a bottom fill atomizer. In my opinion, it really doesn't make a big difference. Even though, before you attack me in the comments, I know a lot of popular influencers, Danielle Renee has talked about this, where they're like, yes, bottom fill atomizers, because when you spray it, you're eliminating the top notes, perhaps because the juice is coming out of the bottle into the air, and that spreads it out, right? But when you spray perfume just to wear it, air from the outside is getting in here, and it's already changing it. It's the fluid is not out in the air, it has to pass out through the air in order to go into the bottle. So I do understand that point. But bottom fill atomizer, whatever air is in here, that's already mixing with your perfume anyway. And that's gonna go into your new little bottle as well. So that's just something to take into consideration. But this one, there are days that I love it, and there are days that I'm just like, no. This has a very smoky vibe. Everybody says it smells a little bit like cigarettes. Mind you, this is a perfume, okay? Take that with a grain of salt. It's a sort of mental impression of what a scent reminds you of. It doesn't actually smell like a cigarette. Cigarettes are disgusting. But the reason why they say that is because it has a smokiness to it, but there's no incense. There's no, I don't think, let me look up the notes. I don't think there's an actual smoke note in here. But my perfume bottle, because I had it for so many years, became syrupy and thick, and that smokiness just became like an edge. It had like an edge, like something interesting. And what I believe creates a smoky sort of like vibe to our nose is pepper. It shows here that it has pepper. On the image, it's black. So I don't know if it's black pepper. It's clearly not pink pepper, which is different. And vetiver, and there's also sandalwood. I feel like if you take those notes and kind of put them together, you might get a little bit of a smoky vibe. It opens up with bergamot, raspberry, and orange, which is there. The raspberry is always there. This is what I mean by, unlike a perfume like this that changes completely for me. This smells the same on my skin as it does on clothes. And the original bottle I had was a beast, lasted forever. I did wear this one the other day. I felt like I had to reapply it quite a bit, but it could be because it's a newish bottle. But there was a day that I wore this to go out and I didn't love it, so I wore my backup that was in my purse of my Love Don't Be Shy dupe, Sweet Addict from Okja. And not sponsored, by the way, or anything like that. I just have it because it's a nice dupe for an expensive perfume. But then I craved this for some reason when I was home, and I sprayed it all over myself. This is why I made an enormous dent, and I was just so happy. I was happy. I was like, oh, I love this. Oh, like I was enjoying that peppery sort of smokiness that it has, along with that like sweet tartness that raspberry is. It's not like a peach sort of like syrupy heavy sweetness. It's like a tarty sort of sweetness. And it made me happy. Right now I'm feeling neutral. I'm not loving it and I'm not hating it, but I appreciate you. I appreciate it now. And I want to keep it. And I came this close to selling it. So anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope that you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. This video is being made the day before it's going to get uploaded because I've been so busy. I have an 18-year-old daughter who just graduated from high school. I had her graduation yesterday. I had to leave work early. And it was like, just so many things have been happening lately in life that I'm like, I don't want to fall behind on my videos. If you guys have noticed, I've been posting every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I just have the video scheduled to post starting at 8 a.m. So you have it available to you the whole day, whether it's on your commute to work. Not that I'm saying you should be watching a screen while you're commuting, but I will put on a YouTube video to entertain my ears while I'm driving. I'll listen to people talk about things, and I have it on a holster. I don't hold my phone with my hand. Both my hands are on the steering wheel, and I just play. And as I'm driving, I'll glance at it every once in a while. I'm listening to it just like I used to listen to a radio show in the mornings on the way to work. So sometimes, you know, if you're waiting at the doctor's office and you're bored, or if you're on your lunch break and you like having lunch alone as opposed to with a bunch of coworkers, it's totally up to you. I love to watch YouTube videos any random time that I can, right before bed, when I get home from work, whatever. So I like to post it early so you guys can just decide when you want to watch it. And I'm very thankful to all of you. Everything has been so well received. So many supportive comments. You guys are incredible. You guys are amazing. None of this could have been possible, obviously. I feel like I'm sounding a little bit cliche. A lot of celebrities say this, a lot of influencers say this, but I get what they mean. I get what they mean. None of this would have been possible if it wasn't for you guys. Like, if I didn't have over 1,000 subscribers, I wouldn't be having an opportunity to get monetized and maybe potentially have something coming back to me for the time and energy that I make with these videos. And what happens when you're not rewarded is that you start to lose momentum. I was doing it because I was having a fun time, but then I realized sometimes I'm like, like, I'm having fun with my perfumes, but I'm kind of tired, I don't want to film a video. But then I think, I don't want to let them down. They're waiting for my video. Like, I've been posting 3 times a week for the last few weeks. I need to be consistent. So I want to make a video for you guys. And being that you're there and that you love to comment, and I see your comments telling me how much you enjoy the video and you're so happy for it and you're looking forward to the next one. And on top of that, YouTube has finally sent me, like, Google AdSense sent me like some special pin to prove where you live so that you can start getting monetized and all that. Again, it's not a huge amount, but it just makes me feel rewarded for my efforts, and it makes me want to keep going. And if you guys are having fun, you know, hearing me talk about these perfumes and chatting with me in the comments and making comments to me and I respond to you and making comments amongst each other, that's what this is for. That's what this is all about. It's supposed to be a fun thing to just like forget about all the seriousness about life and enjoy the little things and just escape your world for a short amount of time. And, you know, welcome you a little bit into my world. And if you guys were not here, I would have been bored and not wanted to continue to do this a while ago already. So whether I get busy or not, I am always going to try to be consistent and post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I thank you so much for being here. If you're here frequently and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and, you know, give me a little thumbs up. I'll appreciate it very much. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day, morning, evening, weekend, whatever time you're watching this. And I'll see you guys. Bye.